Hello, everybody! Welcome to the stream. How are we doing today? Hello, chatters. I hope you're all doing well. I myself am doing pretty okay. I got a nice, tall, big iced coffee with me, so I am ready to go. Hello, Keolin. Hello, Lunar. Hello, Blueberry's channel. Yeah, so today might be the last stream to ever happen on this channel after it gets nuked. So today we're going to be playing the demo for a game called Your Boyfriend, which is described, if you're wondering why I'm considering, or if I'm considering the possibility that the channel could get nuked. This game is described as an erotic horror visual novel. So that'll be fun. Yeah, this game caught my attention because it came across my feed on Twitter. And I was like, what the fuck is this? An indie horror game I've never heard of. And yeah, it is an indie horror game I've never played before. And it's a sexy one. And I'm not opposed to that. Damn it, I keep forgetting to loop the goddamn music. You never heard of this before? No, I just, well, I heard about, I mean, it's been on my radar for the last couple weeks. But no, before the last couple weeks on Twitter, I had never heard of this before. To my knowledge, there's like a comic series based upon it. Or like it was originally a comic series. But now it's a horror game. But it's still erotic. I don't know what the word erotic means in this case. Like, will it, like, how graphic will it be is the question. So the question is, will I get banned? If I do get banned, it's been nice knowing ya. Check if there's a streamer mode. We'll check if there's a streamer mode. If there is a streamer mode, I'll turn it on. But if there is no streamer mode, then we'll see what happens. As long as the little baldies aren't flying around. Keolin, what does that mean? What words did you just say in my chat? This is really popular on YouTube, as far as I know. Yeah, but this demo is, like, brand new. I don't know when it came out, but not that long ago, I don't think. I could be wrong, though. Your Boyfriend game demo release date. The initial demo was released September 2019, which is probably when this game first got attention. But the version we're playing is from December last year. What is this game even about? We can look at the Steam page before we play it, where I can read it to you guys. A visual novel about one man's unhealthy obsession You navigate a world much like our own to figure out how to deal with this mysterious new stranger. Accept him or reject him. Love him or hurt him. The choice is yours. An erotic horror visual novel where you dive into a world much like ours, choosing your own way through intuition, fear, or desire. I don't know, I'm intrigued. And the character designs remind me of, who was that OG FNAF artist that came up with, like, the Vincent designs and stuff like that? Was it Rebornatronica? Tronica something? Rebornica? Something like that. The designs remind me of that artist. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun game of seeing whether or not my channel gets banned. It won't actually get banned. The worst thing that could happen is I get a strike, which I doubt is going to happen. What's probably gonna happen is this stream's just gonna get age restricted. I'm guessing. If you saw my character pull a wacky face, it's because I was taking a drink. And the software gets all fucky when I take a drink. There is not safe for work in this game, but as far as I know, you can avoid it. So that's going to be the Russian roulette of this game, I guess, is if I come into contact with the bad parts or not. Oh, hey, thank you, Corey Lou Strumbly, I think, for subbing to the channel. Appreciate it. Not sure if you're in the stream chat, but you subbed, so shout out. I thought that was on the other side. I should put that on the other side. Yeah, so if there's a streamer mode, we'll turn it on. If there is no streamer mode, then we'll just have to play Russian roulette. What I'm going to end up doing is, if I think... I do this when I play Doki Doki mods as well. If I think something sussy is coming up... If I think something sussy is about to happen, I'll hide the game on screen. I've done that with a few Doki Doki mods, where there's, like, sex scenes. Or, like, the potential for sex scenes. Because I never know if a Doki Doki mod... Because a lot of Doki Doki mods are, like, what if the player and the chosen Doki actually get together? So sometimes they just have, like, a sex scene or two in there. So I've hidden games on screen before for that reason. If I think something is going to happen, I will hide the stream. Pinecone mod. Yeah, Fear and Hunger has that Pinecone mod. Can you put a delay from your monitor so you can react fast enough to hide it beforehand? No. I play Doki Doki mods for the lore. I do! They just sometimes also happen to be hot, but they're usually just sad. Like, even if they have a hot parts to it, they're usually just sad. Like in Doki Doki... What was the name of that really good mod we played? The Yuri one. What was it? Doki Doki... I'm checking the channel. Doki Doki Fallen Angel. They do have sex in that one. But it's still mostly just really sad. Are you ever planning on playing Natsuri mod on stream? I would like to, I just don't know any of the good ones. I haven't really done like a deep dive into Natsuri mods. We played Doki Doki Storm, which ends with Natsuri. And I didn't play this on stream, but I played Sayori Says No to Suicide, which is a weird mod. And Natsuri happens in that one as well. Hello, Izanagi. My country has no milk. Why does your country have no milk? Did they run out of cows? I have no milk and I must cereal. By the way, for anyone that's concerned about this, I did read the warnings of the game. Unless the warnings in the actual game are different. I haven't launched the game yet. But just so you guys know, this game warns for strong sexual content, but it doesn't warn for anything like relating to sexual abuse or assault or anything like that. So it may be a sexy game, but although it's a horror game, I don't think it's going to be like a dark, sexy game. So I don't think that's something to be concerned about. What's a male version of a yandere? A Reddit mod? I don't... What? Yandere is gender neutral? I would also assume so. Does it... Yandere meaning? Yeah, it doesn't specify girl. Hi, Joel. We haven't started the game yet. I've just been enjoying talking to chat. So hyped for the last The Baddest stream. This will be the last one. This is the end. Alright. I've enjoyed my conversations with chat. I feel we should get the game started. So yeah, I've never launched this game before. This game contains explicit images and content that may be disturbing or triggering to some audiences. Okay. That's not specific enough for me to go back on what I said before. Alright. Streamer mode? That's the most pitiful settings menu I've ever seen. Alright. No streamer mode, chat. We are getting banned today. We are getting cooked. Where? What? Okay, thank you. If you sit on the menu, it just starts over. Alright, I guess let's get into this and see if the channel explodes. Enter your name. Should I put my actual name? Sure, why not? Welcome, Ashley. You two have fun. Get my channel banned, baby. My life has been chaotic, much like the Overlord. My family broke out into another fit of drama, so I left the nest and ran straight to college. I got an apartment and a job, but even that has become unbearable. Working at the local Greasy Spoon diner doesn't pay the best, obviously, so finding a roommate was my only recourse to be able to afford an apartment. Now, my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late-night study sessions. My sleep schedule is racked, and on top of it, the rent is late. I've heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. In my case, my friendship is strained with my friend, making excuses for why they need me to cover their half the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to scrape by every month. Picking up a second job will drive me to an early grave at this point. The park gives me a chance to have some much-needed alone time. Okay. This is relatable, you know, this is like everyday struggle stuff. This part of the park in particular is my favorite because it's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeepers. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and breathe out the tension from my body so that I could enjoy the peace and quiet. But then, a man appeared. Just then, I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turned to face the interloper. I've never heard that word before. It's the guy!
Oh, hey, take it easy. It's just me.
There's voice acting. I was not expecting that. Hang on. Okay, I'll turn up the game audio. There's voice acting. It's the boyfriend, I think, unless it's not. I don't know. All the characters kind of look the same. They have this like gray style to them. Again, reminds me of Rebornica. Okay, so whoa, hey, this is me. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench. Oh, okay, there was just voice acting for that one line. You're a jumpy one, aren't ya? Scooting awkwardly towards me, a shy smile creeps over his face. I keep my eyes on him like a hawk, unsure what his intentions are. Not once do his unblinking eyes stray from mine. So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? It just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting here all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track. I don't know, is that weird to sit in a park? A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arms with my chest and slide myself away from him, perching closer to the edge of the bench. Does a sane person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? The stranger picks up on my unease, refraining from moving any closer to me. Towards me, crossing his fingers in between his legs, he smiles warmly. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. It's like he wants to wrap his arms around me in comfort, fingers twitching.
Look, I know this is sudden. Very sudden. But may I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Why is the voice acting so quiet? Can I change the... I guess I'll bump up the volume? I don't know. But then it's like... But then the rest of everything is too loud. Also, yeah, that is very sudden. And that is a bit much. But I'm going to say yes if given the option. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind, he's weird. Okay, now it sounds fucking distorted. I'm gonna put it back to where it was. I can't tell if it's just him being socially awkward or eccentric. What? Why? Why is he interested in me, of all people?
Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't that why you're here?
Okay. Well. Either I have amnesia, or this guy is just like a speedrunner of dating. My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we were in a relationship? It's a good question. The stranger sits patiently, waiting for my answer. Is there a save option? Oh, it picked without me. Discomforting silence grows, unsure and confused by the situation. I can't find the words. It's just so sudden. Taking the hint, he removes his hand from mine. Looking away, the stranger chuckles awkwardly. Hey, I get it if you don't want me to be your boyfriend. I just thought I'd take the chance to ask you out. If he is guilt-tripping me, he is doing a terrible job. Well, it's just that I don't even know you, so... Don't worry, I get it. I suppose I'd be a little weirded out too if some random stranger came up and asked me out on a date. Flattered, but still a little uneasy. He's taking my rejection well, not throwing a fit or making a scene. The stranger is almost understanding of my feelings. Thank God. I'd better get going then. It was nice talking to you, though. Giving a smile and a sad wave before walking away, he leaves me alone on the bench. I watch him walk off, feeling sort of terrible for how things ended the way they did. Maybe I'll apologize to him if I ever see him again. I stay in the park a little while longer. I don't know if I should go after him or just shake it off and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Okay. I'm assuming this is... Although this is a demo, I'm guessing we're going to have to do multiple playthroughs. I wander around the city a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't. Oh, not all the characters are gray. I still can't get that man out of my head. It's baffling. On one hand, I'm glad he didn't keep harassing me about going out with him. At the same time, I wish he stayed around for a little bit and just talked to me like a normal person. That could be just my loneliness talking. I come across a local florist shop. I remember passing on a few of my downtown walks. I've been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers for the apartment, but could never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now, so why not? Stepping into the shop, I'm hit with the fragrant combined scent of the various flowers inside. I wander past the colorful displays of flower arrangements, potted plants, and small gift bags of potpourri. I had a particular purchase in mind. I catch the scent of roses from a rustic wooden shelf display. Being mindful that some still had their thorns, I reach out to pick one up. A hand brushes against mine. I snatch my hand away, catching a glance at the other person. Oh, fancy seeing you here. He does look crazy. Like, His character design is so simple, but he does look crazy. The man from the park beams at me before pulling the rose out. I didn't know you shopped here too. Yeah, you don't know anything about me. I don't. Stranger places a finger over his lips. Shh, it's a small shop. There's no need to raise your voice. His comment rubs me the wrong way, but I try to compose myself. Did you follow me here? Is this a pure coincidence, or should I be worried? What? Of course not. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. I come here almost every day, you know. That's a relief. He fumbles around with the rose in his hand, eyes focused squarely on the ground. I love flowers. This little shop is the only one nearby, so I come here a lot to see what new bouquets they have made, and if they have any on sale. I'll admit that sometimes I get a glimpse of you through the windows of the diner that you work at. Lately, I've been meaning to walk in to finally say hi, but I lose my nerves and stay out. I guess that's not too bad. Maybe I am overreacting? I guess that's understandable. It's difficult for me to notice people when I'm walking the same path almost every day, like a mindless robot. I guess that I can't really blame him for my lack of awareness. Look, I have to get going. He steps closer, as if mustering up the nerve to ask me something. I know you have no interest in me, and I get that, but can I at least see you again? Not on a date or anything, but just to hang out. I feel as though we got off to a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. My name? It's a joke, really. I much prefer if you made a nickname for me. The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. He must have a really horrible name, or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with. Taking a moment, I figure there's no real harm in making a nickname for him. After all, it would be easier for me to remember. Well, how about... Alright, chat, this is your time to shine. Give me the name. We are not going with John Doki. I refuse... I refuse to name him John Doki. John Boyfriend. That's better. I knew someone would have a good idea. How about John Boyfriend? He seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. I see that the sun is getting low in the sky. Well, it's getting dark. I better get going home. It was nice to meet you, John Boyfriend. I turn to leave the shop. Hey, wait. John Boyfriend calls out to me. I turn to see him smiling sheepishly. Can I at least walk you home? I suppose. I'm picking all the bad things. He tries to keep a cool composure as I accept his offer, but I can see in his eyes that he is struggling not to bounce all over the walls. I know he has a thing for me, but he isn't pushing it and is respecting my decision to not date. Which wasn't even really my decision. The game just didn't let me think about it. John Boyfriend glances at the rose that was still in his hands, holding it out to me. I accept it without thinking. Thanks. You don't have to, though. No, I insist. He smiles and walks me to the cashier. He pulls out his wallet and thumbs through some dollar bills while the florist wraps the rose and places it in a stark white box. After the purchase, he hands the box to me. Shall we get going? Yeah, let's. We leave the store and together walk to my apartment. Actually, are you trying to get killed? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here for the ride. The walk is surprisingly nice as the two of us go back and forth in conversation. John Boyfriend, surprisingly, did most of the talking. Once we arrive at my apartment, John Boyfriend looks down at me and tucks his hands into his pockets. Well, home sweet home. We stand in the hallway, neither of us knowing exactly what to say next. I start to hear faint sounds of my roommate and their study partner messing around inside. John Boyfriend hears them too, his eyes wide. Do I already have to hide the screen? No, probably not. I cringe at the sounds. The mental image of the two on the kitchen countertop flashes in my mind. John Boyfriend avoids eye contact, his cheeks flushed. He's imagining the same thing and I'm embarrassed. More or less. Hesitant to open the door in front of him. Understanding my reluctance, he steps away to give me a little space. Well, I better get going then. When did you want to meet up? I mean, when you get the time. I think for a minute. Shit, I work all day this week. I don't know. That's how people talk. I don't know. Tomorrow's a slow day since it's Sunday. You can come over if you'd like. It's that small mom-and-pop diner by the record store. Having me pose as a customer to extend your break time. Devious. I like it. Flashes a wry smile before turning and saunters down the hall, giving me a goodbye wave before disappearing. I'll be there around noon then. I'm gonna hide the game just in case. I think it's fine. It's probably fine. My apartment is silent except for the rummaging sound of my roommate's study partner in the kitchen. I shield my eyes and I walk past. They have a habit of walking around naked afterwards, and I don't even want to guess if they were dressed this time. Okay, so it's not going to show it then. Beautiful. This channel is staying alive. Not bothering to turn on the lights in my room, I flop down on my bed, face first into the mattress with my limbs spread out like a star. Letting out a long groan, I roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. People who unironically find this thing attractive deserve to get fixed? Hey, let's not judge yet. Let's not judge yet. Be open-minded. It was a rather eventful day. I got a little quiet time, and I even made a new acquaintance, despite getting off on the wrong foot at first. Too tired to get up and find a vase or glass with a rose, I rested on my nightstand. I don't even bother getting undressed. I pull the blankets over myself and drift off to sleep. Was that a person outside my... Was there a person at the window? It looked like there was a shadow. I guess we'll save Ashley and John Boyfriend. Alright, so that was day 1. So Ashley, did you have a nice time with John Boyfriend? Don't answer that. Ugh. I roll over in my bed for a moment. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't have the strength. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. Ugh, I'm a mess. Yeah, me too, man. Oh my god, look at that plushie. Oh my god, I can click on it. Oh, I've seen this plush before. It blew up at one point, and people swore up and down that it somehow exuded this overwhelming feeling of disdain and despite its smile. That has to be a reference to something. Now that I see it up close, I get what they mean. It had a matching axolotl plush that they released after it, but it sold out in hours. Is this a Game Boy? My trusty old game daddy. I love playing some Grave Harvest while I'm trying to unwind. Oh my god, there's a game inside the game. Oh, it's like the Chrome game. What the fuck? Okay. No. This game blows. I love collecting books, but I never have the time to read them. I won this plushie at a carnival. Still smells like cherries. I don't wear most of my clothes anymore. At this point, it's all just piling up and making it difficult to see inside. "9:12 a.m. Oh god, I'm late for work. Finally dressed, I rushed out of my bedroom, making my way to the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Holy shit, Lucy. Jeez. Aside from the sudden voice, I turn around and look over towards my roommate, who looks just as surprised as I am. Whoa, chill, my dude. What's got you all jumpy this early in the morning? For a moment, I'm surprised she's not even irritated that I called her by name. She'd only allow it with people she trusts. Interesting, okay. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. I'm late for work, so I gotta bolt out before I lose my job. I frantically try to explain as I grab my keys from the kitchen counter and start to hurry my way towards the front door. So, no coffee then? She makes her way to the coffee machine and turns it off. As much as I have many issues with my roommate's lifestyle, lack of a job, and always leaving me with the rent, at least she keeps the place clean and makes coffee for me every morning. I guess it's these little gestures that hold me back from looking for a new place and a new roommate. No, not today. Thanks, though. I answer before taking my leave, not entirely closing the door behind me as I bolt my way down the stairs and out the apartment building. Great way to start a new day. At least I'll be seeing John boyfriend today, so that's something on the upside. It's a Sunday. There's usually hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my tardiness. Rushing through the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The aprons seem to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I rush towards the time clock and snatch my time card to punch in. Wait. According to this, I already clocked in. Who could have? My attention snaps toward the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet as they carry a clanking stack of dirty dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been?
Hello, TK.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into the sink of soapy hot water. Wiping their hands, TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time, though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone and keeping things in one piece. I huff as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm didn't go off. But the truth is all I have, so I try to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes their hands on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts in here? I try not to raise my voice to a point where the fiber-chomping boomers outside do not hear me. Love the language. A tour bus came along. That's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. The breakfast crowd is rough, to say the least. The less I talk about the customers, the better. But today really pushed my patience. A couple of customers even threatened to refuse to pay for their breakfast because it was slow and that they didn't get their coffee because filled 5 or 6 times. I had to smoothen things out with a smile so sugary sweet that it would have given a cavity. Luckily, I have a bit of charisma and have been able to schmooze all the toughest of customers. Sometimes it's just easier to give them an IOU saying that their next meal is on the house if they really are that pissed. They leave quickly and never come back, and we don't lose money. It's win-win. It's just strange that some of the worst customers are the oldest. I guess you don't have much use for the common decency and human kindness with one foot in the grave. Such a hassle. Eventually the crowd starts dying down, most leaving to do some sightseeing, others staying to order more coffee or lunch. At least these aren't the kind of customers that mind their own business and are more focused on eating or talking. Staggering into the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. Ahem. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed a table. TK sneaks over at my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pointing back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having some geezer dump their juice on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your shift for an hour. Damn it, they had a point. With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, try to straighten my posture, and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I already gotten, matching their faces and orders about table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes in from the booth to my right. Hey there, stranger. Hey, I was hoping you'd show. Oh, thank God, I was hoping you'd show. Today has been insane. I've noticed. He chuckles, looking around the area. When I saw the place packed to the brim with people, I figured I'd wait outside until the crowd died down and get the chance to give you a little break. Well, you're a lifesaver. I sigh in relief, taking off my apron. Honestly, I didn't think things would be so insane today. First, my alarm doesn't go off, and then I owe TK my hour since they covered my shift most of the morning, and my feet are already killing me. Well, I'll happily whisk you away from this place and go somewhere less crowded. I'll even carry you if you'd like. You gonna charm me like this the entire day? I certainly will try. He gives me a wink. I don't like the face he's pulling in this drawing. One of his eyes is partially closed. Pulling up the apron in my hand, I can't help but look away, feeling my cheeks go bright red and warm. You look cute when you become bashful. He purrs, giving me a rather dreamlike smile, as though in complete awe of my flaring cheeks. Hey now, we're just being friends, right? I'll be keeping that in mind. Anyway, I'll let TK know I'm heading out for my break. Hopefully they're merciful. John boyfriend doesn't say anything, simply giving a little nod. MC is a bit stupid. I mean, if anything, I'm the stupid one for picking all these decisions. I walk back into the kitchen area, hanging up my apron just as TK approaches me.
Oh, and who was that?
They take a glance out into the dining area before returning their attention to me. Him? He's my boyfriend. It's crazy because we just barely met yesterday, and he asked me on a date right out of the blue. They don't seem to respond well to this as they give a little frown. That's rather quick. Hey, I'm just messing with you. He's just a guy I met yesterday. We got off on the wrong foot, but he seems okay. He sees me working here now and again, so I told him to drop by and say hi sometime. So, He's just here to see you, right? Actually, he's here to take me out on a little break date. We might stop by my place and get lunch before coming back.
Oh, so it's serious then.
They try to look as though they aren't bothered by this. No, of course not. We're just hanging out, that's all. Promise. TK seems troubled, attempting to keep a forced smile on their face. I guess. It's just that I was kind of hoping that maybe I could treat you to lunch sometime. Bless their heart. I know they kind of got a thing for me. Though things have been so crazy, I don't think dating a coworker would help out. How about tomorrow? Well, how about tomorrow? I mean, I do owe you for covering my part of the shift today. They seem to perk at this offer, doing their best to act casual. Yes, you do. We both work tomorrow, though, so how about a coffee on our way to work? Nothing like a nice perk before dealing with Monday's crowd. You got it. Coffee and maybe a muffin if I feel like spoiling you. I wouldn't fight you on it. Sigh. Well, I'd better not keep you two. Be safe, alright? I don't want to take on the rest of today on my own. No worries, I'll be back in about an hour. If I'm not, you can describe him to the homicide detective, right? A lanky golf ball headed with no nose and wearing a hideous black and blue hoodie vest. I doubt he'll be hard to pick out of a lineup. Jesus. Ha. Ha. Anyways, back in a bit. Come on, bro. TK seems way better. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. John Boyfriend stands there with a bit of a blank expression on his face, almost as though he's lost in thought. He doesn't seem to recognize me as I approach. Hey, are you alright? He snaps out of it after I reach over and nudge his arm. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just a little burned out is all. I've had a very late night. Late night? Do you work as a security guard or something? Oh my god, he is the FNAF guy. He's the FNAF guy. He shakes his head and chuckles to himself. I wouldn't say that exactly. My night hobby isn't something I can pay the bills with. Okay. That's cool. I mainly test and review products. Okay. Test products? Are you a consumer report tester of some kind? Something like that. I just mainly film myself testing products like appliances, little inventions that claim to work. Food, life hacks, that sort of thing. So he's a YouTuber. So this game is trying to say all YouTubers are creeps. Hey, you know what? They're right. Sometimes I'll have a small company pay me to test their items to help them gain exposure. Doesn't pay for a good review from me, though. Huh, that sounds like a fun job. A lot better than working here. It has its perks. So, ready to head out? Yeah, I can't be gone for long, though. TK needs me back in an hour. I'm sure TK will be fine if you're running a minute or two late. Besides, it's going to be slow here for the rest of the day anyway. I guess so. Here we are. Don't think that I'm the type of person who just lets any guy into my apartment. Of course not. You're clearly a person with class. Sort of. I roll my eyes as I reach over to unlock the door. Hey, it's not too late for me to head back to the Greasy Spoon Diner. You'd rather sling hash and run your hands through half-eaten food than to hang out with me? I'm hurt. I chuckle a bit and he just flashes that carefree smile.
Hey, none of that in the hall.
Startled, I spin away from my apartment door. I can feel that my cheeks are still flushed from John Boyfriend's touch, and I try to compose myself. Jeez, you scared the crap out of me. Ashley, I didn't expect you back so soon. Shouldn't you be at work? My landlord looks cranky as ever. I am. I'm just taking a small lunch break. It's only for an hour. The landlord seems unfazed by my excuse and quickly turns his attention towards John Boyfriend. And you are? What fucking business is it of yours if I'm paying my rent? Why do you care? John Boyfriend. I'm Ashley's friend. John Boyfriend says, unwaveringly and clearly irritated by being interrupted. Yeah, friend. Sure. John Boyfriend continues to glare at him, but the landlord, completely disinterested by the lanky stranger, turns his attention back to me. Anyway, I suppose you can guess why I'm here. I groan as I turn to unlock the front door. Yeah, I know. I'll talk to her when I see her later tonight, okay? If you see her tonight. You can't keep covering for Lucy like this, Ashley. Look, I appreciate that you're killing yourself to keep a roof over her head, but this is getting out of hand. I know that I'm running out of excuses to defend my roommate, but my mind keeps searching for them. I stop messing with the door lock when I realize I've just been playing with my keys to keep from facing the landlord. I feel like a child being scolded. But I'm an adult, so I'd better act like one. I hang my arms to my side and try to hold back a sigh. I turn my attention back towards my landlord. I know you know, but I have to put my foot down, Ashley. She's violated her contract one too many times. But think about yourself. She dumps her half on the rent on you, leaving you to work triple shifts at a dead-end greasy spoon diner. Listen, I admire a hard-working person. I do, and I get you're trying to be a good person and you don't want to be selfish, but you can't kill yourself like this. She needs to go. I can't just kick her out. It's not right. No, I'll take up a second job and work triple shifts there if I have to. Don't do that, Ashley. Frustrated by my tenacity, he groans loudly and rubs his throbbing forehead. Alright, how about this? You can work part-time for me and help around this place. That way no one needs to drag your body out of a gutter at 1 in the morning. He flashes a quick, resentful glance at John Boyfriend. Wait, really? You're offering me a job? Working for you? If you're willing to learn to do more than just screw in a light bulb. Wait, you can at least do that, can't you? With the kids today, you just can't tell. No, I mean, I can learn. Thank you. Seriously? You can't even remember my name? Oh boy. How often do I even talk to you to remember? He seems to crack half a smile at my little retort. Heh, fair enough. It's a Don Williams, kid. But Don will do. Anyway, stop by my office the next time you have a spare moment and we'll talk. Of course, Don. Why do they look like they were made in 2 different art styles? Yeah, kinda. It's a little weird. Nodding once, the landlord turns around and walks away. Well, here we are. I extend my arms out as if showcasing the layout of the place. Walking in, he scans the apartment, looking rather pleased. Not bad. Definitely a bit bigger than my apartment. I'm glad you like it. I'm beaming with a huge smile and I hold my hand out to him. Anyway, shall we? Shall we what? Do I need to hide the game? Absolutely. I'm gonna hide the game. He takes my hand firmly as we walk into the kitchen. I have him sit down at the table while I let go of the fridge to get him a drink. As I'm searching through the fridge for some soda cans, I turn around and notice John Boyfriend's expression falter. What's wrong, John Boyfriend? Think we're good? Uh-huh. He stutters, snapping out of his melancholy trance. Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. I pull a soda can from the fridge, fill a glass with ice, and watch as he tries to put on a happier face. Are you sure? Really, I'm sure. It's just... He sighs as he takes his soda can and pours it into the chilled glass. I guess I just can't help but feel bad that you have to put up with a roommate who's taking you for granted. Oh, that. Well, hey, look on the bright side. At least I'll be working a second job that'll cover us both, and I won't have to work as many shifts at the diner now. Isn't that great? John boyfriend tries to form a smile, his sadness still lingering in his eyes. Of course it is. He sips the drink and then sets it down to gently take my hand in his. Ashley, I think you're a wonderful person. You deserve the best from all the hard work you've put in. He brings my hand forward to his lips, kissing it gingerly. And if I were your roommate, I promise I'd put so much effort into my work to help you pay the rent and whatever else you'd like. I don't know if it's the way he says those words or maybe the look in his eyes, but I can't help but feel touched. Aww. John boyfriend. John boyfriend. With a smile, John boyfriend immediately stands up, stepping closer to me with his body pressed against mine. Hang on, I'm gonna hide the game. Oh. They got walked in on. Fucking landlord. Oh god. John boyfriend turns his head, letting out an irritated groan as he glares at my roommate as she bursts through the front door. Lucy, hey, you're home. Oh, not for long. I was gonna hit the bottle, but it seems you two need some alone time. We were just getting lunch real quick. Yeah, just a quick lunch break before going back to work. Mm-hmm.
Nothing like eating out for lunch.
Good line. Lucy, oh my god. She makes her way into the front room and grabs a small bag of pot she keeps tucked away under the mattress. She stuffs it between her breasts before checking her pockets for a lighter. Well, you two take your time. Don wants me to meet up with him about some bullshit or other. I'll be back later tonight, though. Hey, maybe you and I can have a little late night for once? You know, if you're not too tired after this? Sure. Since when does Lucy ever want to hang out? Maybe she knows she's getting kicked out and is trying to sweeten things up with me. Sure? Great. She beams, walking over toward where we are and places a peck on my cheek. I'll catch you later tonight, darling. I'm caught off guard by this gesture, looking rather confused as she passes John boyfriend in the back. Don't rough Ashley up too much. God knows they need a good fuck, but I prefer my roommates being able to walk afterward. Lucy, please go. Oh, and I got some condoms in my nightstand. Lucy! I love you too. With that, Lucy finally leaves the room, locking the door behind her, possibly to make sure we're not disturbed again. Yeah. No, she is as bad as you make her out to be. Yeah. Color yourself snookered? Color myself what? That's what I'm saying. Never mind. After a moment of silence, I step away from John boyfriend a little, looking down at the floor while we're both embarrassed and very, very flustered. I'm gonna see what leftovers we got stored away in the fridge. I say in a hushed tone, biting my lower lip as my eyes drift back up to him. That devious glint was still in his eyes, but casually he nods in agreement. Yeah, can't send you back to work on an empty stomach. Okay. Why can't the rest of the day be like this morning? The moment I get back from lunch, this place is as dead as my dream job. TK walks up, dressed in their casual clothes and hands tucked away in their pockets. They yawn as they see me approach. You already clocked out? Yeah, I'm ready to just go home and die. Oh, don't do that. I still need your help tomorrow. They chuckle, holding open the door for me as we both take our leave. TK starts heading to their car, rummaging with their keys for a moment before pausing, turning their attention over towards me. Hey, can I talk to you about something? Sure, what's up? They hesitate a bit, looking off to the side as they muster the courage to speak. About that guy, John boyfriend. I know I have no place to say anything, but I got a creepy vibe about him. Creepy? How do you mean? It's just that... Seems like he had his eyes on us the whole time we were talking. I don't know. I'm gonna ... this one. They shift uncomfortably where they stand, still fiddling with their keys. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow. Be careful walking home. Yeah, you too. With that, TK gets into their car, fighting with the engine for a second or two before starting it up and driving off. I understand their concern, and maybe they're right. John boyfriend just came over to my apartment and we're already talking about moving in. I should be more careful. Lucy hasn't come back yet? Odd, she's normally home at a reasonable time. Well, normal by her standards anyway. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that she isn't back yet. Closing and locking the door behind me, I don't bother turning the lights on and I shuffle my way to my room in the dark. Opening the door to my room, I reach over to flip on the light switch. That doesn't provide a lot of light. Who keeps opening this? Ah, damn it. Did Lucy forget to even pay our utility bill, too? Setting my things down on my bed, I feel my way out of my room, looking around the inky void before me. I think we have some candles placed somewhere. What? Or who did I bump into? Lucy, is that you? Whoever it is, they stay quiet. Dawn, are you in here? I whisper again, my heart races faster as the silence only grows. That was a silent-ass jump scare, okay? Someone wraps their arm around me, and I feel something like a wet cloth covering my mouth and nose. I try to break free, but they don't loosen their grip. Oh god, I'm starting to feel drowsy and weak. Who is doing this? Why? A chill runs up my spine as I feel something that feels like a kiss against my cheek. Then I hear a familiar, seductive voice whisper in my ear.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling.
What is he? Okay. So the demo didn't have any badness. That's good, I won't get banned. Okay. Well, that was interesting enough. I'm really curious as to what the full game is going to consist of then. I'll probably still stream it, or I might just play it on my own. John boyfriend is the ideal boyfriend? Maybe. He might be. We'll have to find out. I low-key like these kinds of games. I do too. I'm a fan of this type of game. Freaky visual novels. He does have boyfriend in the name after all. How many more green flags do you need? I guess there's only one save. Could things have gone differently? I guess before I do a whole new playthrough, I could look up if does your boyfriend name demo have multiple endings? That is not the game I looked up. Okay, so... I'm just gonna put the game back up, and when I'm asked out for dinner, I'm gonna say yes and see if the path changes. Because I didn't say yes last time.
Whoa, hey, take it easy. It's just me. Well, I'm your boyfriend. Isn't...
I guess. It's not like I'm doing anything anyway, and it would be nice to have a break from the monotony. God knows I could stand to forget my problems for a few hours. This guy seems interesting enough to keep my mind off things. Really? That's great. He beams, holding my hand in his own. I'll see you tonight at 7. Standing in front of the bench, he pauses, realizing something. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a place to meet up. Sorry, I know that I sound absent-minded, but I'm just so excited. How about that old diner downtown? It's nice and quiet, so no one will disturb us. The diner downtown? Which one? You know, that one you work at. Oh, okay. Great, see you tonight. And just like that, he hurries off with a skip in his step as though he just won the lottery. I watch as he disappears down a path that bends around a shallow hill. The park is quiet again, the serene loneliness setting in once more. Songbirds sing in a nearby tree. I sit there for a while, replaying the strange encounter in my head. I suppose that I should be flattered that he took such a liking to me, however unusual it seemed. It's nothing like I've seen in movies or television. But then again, if I were Hollywood attractive, maybe it would be so normal that it would be almost annoying. I feel my cheeks flush as I reflect on him saying, "Can I have the pleasure?" A shy smile creeps from the corners of my mouth. He must be as new to this as I am. What a shy, awkward guy. The bird stops singing as I feel a knot grow in the pit of my stomach. How did he know where I work? "7 p.m. I show up at the diner feeling rather unusual about meeting someone at the place that I work at for a completely spontaneous dinner date, and with a complete stranger who somehow knew that I worked here. Weird. The diner isn't very busy tonight, which is unsurprising. Even though I work here, the diner isn't my first choice for dinner. Maybe he was another customer that I had never paid attention to. While I work, I let my mind drift, and after a while, I go on autopilot. I don't really pay that much attention to names and faces, even if they are regulars. Maybe he was one of those regulars, building up his courage to ask me out every day, but eventually losing his nerve. It's kind of a cute thought, though I consider if it's wise to encourage him. Taking my seat, I wait, checking the old-fashioned neon light clock that hangs over the jukebox. I notice he is 5 minutes late. I might as well buy myself a milkshake in the meantime. The waitress on tonight's shift is surprised to see me here on my day off. I imagine that she will tell me, job loyalty is one thing, but the food here isn't worth writing home about. After serving this stuff for a few months now, I agree with her. At least the milkshakes are good. They are really old-fashioned They are the really old-fashioned kind, made with real ice cream and ingredients, unlike the powdered mix and flavored syrups at the fast food places. The waitress might have been less busy than I assumed because she brought my shake to me only a few minutes later. I pull the spoon from the vintage glass and lick it clean. So good. I stir the shake a little before I take a sip. A man rushes through the diner's front doors like he ran the whole way here with something tucked carefully under his arm. I immediately recognize his sleeveless hoodie and blue shirt. He quickly scans the diner in a panic. He probably thought that I had already left. I wave him over and relief spreads across his face. Winded, he hurries down the rows of booths and sits across from me. You're late. I know. I'm so sorry. I had to make a quick stop. As he speaks to me between breaths, I try to place where he might have been before coming here. The stranger pulls out the long white box that he was carrying, placing it on the table and sliding it over to me. Here, I bought this for you. Thinking about it earlier today in the park, it might have been a little creepy to ask you on a date on the spot. I thought I might get you a little something as a way of apologizing. If it was awkward for you, of course. He got something for me? Really? It better not be a severed ear or fingers or something. Oh, man. Opening the box, I see 2 long stem roses with deep red petals. The thorns are removed, and they're bound by a shimmering black silk ribbon. Oh, they're lovely. Thank you. I take the roses in my hand gingerly, as if they were still. I draw the aroma in deeply. They are so wonderfully fresh and fragrant. It's no bouquet or anything, but I thought they looked nice. He smiles as he watches me admire his gift. They are very nice. Thank you. I place the flowers back in their box, and the stranger averts his eyes for a bit so as not to stare at me, nagging questions I have hanging over my head like a storm cloud. And while he was in a good mood, I figured that I should inquire a little bit about this cute but bizarre stranger. Dinner in a greasy spoon diner with a stranger carrying a box of roses didn't seem ordinary, and I had to make sure that he wasn't going to propose at the cash register. I stirred the milkshake with the straw for a second or two. So, how did you know that I work here? Oh, well, I walk by this place rather often on my walks. I catch glimpses of you through the window from time to time when you're working. I tried coming in, but I get cold feet and just kept walking. Like a loser, like a loser, like a loser, like a loser. He stares down at the table in shame, cueing me to reach over and give his hand a reassuring pat. No, you're not a loser. You know what? I don't even know your name. My name? The smile on his face fades into a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. Oof, he must have a really horrible name. A really horrible name. Okay, how about... I'll just keep it the same. How about John Boyfriend? You seemed pleased with what I came up with, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. I reassure him with another gentle squeeze. The expression of disgust instantly evaporates into delight over his new name. Wow, I didn't realize until now, but he has some really beautiful blue eyes. The vivid color left me taking in their deep blue hue, not noticing that I was staring until he cleared his throat. Are we having a moment, or... A blush spreads across his cheeks as he squeezes my hand back. So, sorry. I pull my hand away from his, cursing myself for staring like that. Great, now I'm the awkward weirdo. Heat radiates from my cheeks, and I imagine them glowing bright red like a Christmas light. The thought makes my cheeks warmer, the blush deepening. He chuckles and shakes his head. Hey, there's nothing to be sorry for. Reassuring me with a soft smile, he looks around for something to break the tension, eyes falling upon my milkshake. Hey, I was supposed to buy you something. Well, you kind of already did. I point to the box of roses. Besides, we could share this, just as long as I get the cherry. Deal? I scoot the milkshake towards him. He looks to the side, reaching over to take it. Man, our first date and you're the one buying. I'm terrible at this. Well, how about you buy next time? His eyes go wide in surprise. Next time? You want to meet up again? Well, this wasn't a total disaster, right? So, yeah. I mean, I guess it wasn't. I mean, I don't think so, but I don't want to argue with you. It's cute seeing him struggle for a coherent thought while also trying to restrain his happy energy, all just from being around me. Still, as much as I'm enjoying his company, I can't stay long. I look out the window in a bit of an exaggerated way in order to get his attention. It's getting dark, and I don't like walking home late at night. How about we continue this on our next date? Rising up from my seat, fuck, I'm having a stroke. I pull out one of the napkins from the dispenser. Do you have a pen? Oh, I think I do. Pulls one from his pocket and hands it to me. I write down my name and number. Here, call me and we can hang out again soon, okay? Taking pen and napkin from my hand, he gazes down at the number in complete awe before looking back up at me. Of course. I'd love to see you again. I walk to the register and pay for the shake. With a quick look back at him, I wave and leave the diner. With a brisk pace, I make my way back to the apartment before nightfall. The evening air cools my skin, but for some reason I feel warm the whole walk back. I'm finally back in my apartment, quietly walking in my room so I don't disturb my roommates. Judging by the thumping and moaning sounds coming from the other side of the wall, they seem to be having another study session. Fuck, I wish that they would be more quiet. I have to live here too. I don't bother to turn the lights on my room and flop face first on the mattress, limbs spread wide. Letting out a long, loud groan that made the couple next door pause for a brief moment, I roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. Despite having so many other things in my mind, my thoughts never stray far from John Boyfriend. Looking over to the box that's still in my hand, I open it up one more time and pull out the bundled roses and smiling a little, draw in their sweet fragrance again. I hope he calls soon. Okay, he's still that's definitely the dude. Did you have a nice time with John, boyfriend? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Ow. I roll over my bed for a moment. Every inch of my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't have the willpower to go on living. I feel so sleep deprived. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. Ugh, I'm a mess. Okay, so we're still late for work. I'm just gonna fast forward through most of this.
Hey.
Anyways, at least I'll be seeing John boyfriend today, so that's something up on the apps. We didn't make plans, though. We didn't make actual plans to see each other. Just an idea, hard to go, but even then, I don't have this.
There you are. Where have you been? I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
That's different. Okay, kiss his cheek. Hey, cutie. Seems to be caught a little off guard, though instantly beams as he rubs his cheek. Already kissing after the first date? Have you no shame? He teases. Hey now, I'm not the one who asked you out of the date out of the blue. It's you who should be ashamed. True, true. Yeah, here you are trying to seduce me into giving you a hearty tip. He spoke, amusing his eyes along my body. Ah, dang, you caught me. I guess I'll have to try harder next time. As soon as I say this, I feel him snake his hand along my waist, pulling me closer to him as a very carnivorous smirk curls on his lips. Harder than a kiss on the cheek, my interest is piqued. I never knew he was a wild one, considering how tame he seems like yesterday. Somehow seeing this other, more forward side to him was alluring. Eventually, I pull away from his subtle hold, reaching around to undo my apron. Anyway, are we still on for lunch? I ask, watching the hungry look in his eyes fade and going back to the casual man I met yesterday. Of course, anywhere you'd like, darling. Alright, let me tell my coworker that I'm going on break. Can't just ditch them, you know? No, of course not. You go on ahead. I'll be here when you get back. He winks at me flirtatiously before I leave. God, why is it turning me on so much? I assume this is going to be the same? Oh, actually, he's here to take me on a little journey myself and my placing else before going
Oh, so it's serious then.
Maybe? I don't know. I'd love to see where this goes. Honestly, with how crazy everything in my life has been, the sky is a nice change. I feel like I gotta say no in this route. I gotta get going. I mutter awkwardly, starting to shift my way out of the diner area. They give a small nod and understanding, tucking their hands onto their apron pockets. Yeah, don't want to keep him waiting or anything. Just be sure to make it back in an hour or so. I don't want to cover any more of your shift today. No worries, I'll be back before you can say, Dear God, where is Ashley?
But I say that all the time, and you still don't show.
Okay, you got me. Just don't take too long. No shoe. Though it doesn't explain why you're dating me. I roll my eyes as I reach over to unlock the door. Hey, you're the one who asked me out. You're just lucky that you were too cute to turn down. If feel his warm hand rest against my lower back, and my body trembles. His gentle touch slowly trails upward. His tender caress makes my body burn.
I can't help it. You're far too irresistible.
Wow, that was a passionate vocal reading.
Hey! None of that in the hall.
I imagine this is the same. I look into finding another roommate. I mumble under my breath, completely defeated. I'm so tired of trying to defend her, but I'm twice as tired from having to cover her after rent. Alright, that's good to hear. I'll start terminating her contract. He gives me a mild look of concern, though through his gruff exterior it's hard to see, but it's still there. Listen, it's rough putting this all on you, and I don't want you to look like the bad guy here. My ex-wife does that to me enough. I'll make it look like I'm evicting the both of you, and once she's gone and out of the room, I'll give you the first month free while you find another roommate. No need to look, I'm right here. I hadn't noticed that John boyfriend has been straightening his posture as if trying to size himself up against the landlord in a silent game of male dominance. That is, if you don't mind me moving in. The landlord doesn't seem terribly keen on this idea and looks at me with a glint of objection. Really? Because I'm already throwing you a bone with one roommate. There won't be a second chance. John boyfriend's offer catches me completely by surprise. I'm speechless, but after seeing the landlord's cynical glare, I reach over and take John boyfriend's hand into mine. Yes, really. The landlord shakes his head in disapproval, but deep down he knows that this is probably easier to deal with in the long run. Fine, have him come by the office after you two are done doing whatever you two we're going to do, and I'll get a contract set up. But I want his references and financial information first. I don't need another deadbeat in my building. Okay, thank you, sir. The name is Don Williams, kid. But just call me Mr. Williams. Okay, that's different. I need to get my fucking head examined. What? Just he heads back to his office, finally leaving the two of us alone. Debating hiding the game. I don't think I'll have to. Well, here we are. I extend my arms out as if showcasing the layout of the place. Walking into Kenzie's apartment, looking rather pleased with what will likely be his new living space. Not bad. Not too bad at all. A little bigger than my apartment, so this is an upgrade for me. He looks back towards me and clears his throat. Hey, sorry for putting you on the spot like that. I didn't mean to butt into your conversation and see myself as your new roommate. It's fine. It certainly makes things a lot easier for me. That and you have a decent job. Just don't do that too often, okay? Cross my heart. With a smile on his lips, he walks over to me, taking my hands into his. And hope to die. Okay. I don't know if it's the way he says those lines or maybe the look in his eyes, but I can't help but gaze back as he steps closer, his body nearly up against mine. He cups his hand against my cheek, gently caressing my skin as he leans forward, placing a gentle kiss against my brow. My heart is pounding as he tenderly cherishes me in such a manner, letting out a small hum as his lips trail down to my other cheek. With a serpent-like tone, he whispers in my ear, God, I could eat you alive right now. I lock up, completely unaware that he backs me up against the kitchen counter. A gasp escapes my lips in the moment. I felt something thick, warm, and wet slither along my neck. His other hand begins to trail down my waist, pulling my hips flush against his own in a nearly grinding movement. Fucking landlord. Oh, God. John boyfriend turns his head, letting out an irritated groan as he glares over at my roommate as she bursts through the front door. Lucy, hey, you're home. Oh, not for long. I was gonna hit the bottle, but it seems you two need some alone time. We were just getting lunch real quick. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but I'm gonna just pick the opposite one. I'll be dead tired, probably go to bed early. Mario has outside, she walks over to us. Lucky you, I wish I got exhausted from a rough lunch date. She gives me a cheek, a little pinch. Well, yeah, if you change your mind. I'm confused by this gesture, never more. This line is different, okay. Go easy with this one. I actually need some good throbbing cock, but not a bruised body afterward, okay? Hey! I got some lube on my bed if Ashley's a little too tight for you. Jesus Christ. YouTube, don't ban me. YouTube, please. I need this channel. It's all I have. Alright. I assume the rest is the same. You're just paranoid.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling.
Okay, so we saw some different dialogue, but I assume it won't be till the full game that different routes are actually implemented. So, that was the demo for Your Boyfriend. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to play the full game on stream or if I'm just going to play it on my own, but regardless, I'm going to play it because I'm interested. Like, I think it's, I'm intrigued by the premise. I like sexy games. I'm intrigued. I want to know what's going to happen after that cliffhanger of a demo, and I want to know what different routes are going to take. I like the characters. I want to get to know the characters more. Can we speed run a bit? This game? Oh, the Shapes game. Nah. That game doesn't run very well with the stream up and the VTuber on and everything. I don't want to get another good run and then the game just crash. No, I can't decide if I want to do something else this stream, or if we're just done. I'll talk to chat a bit. Kind of interested by this game, and I'll probably keep an eye out for the full release. Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea, or an interesting premise at least. Not like a crazy original idea, but the premise is set up interestingly enough. I love games that just make your skin crawl with extremely fucked up characters. Silent Hill 2, Coffin, name a couple. Yeah, that's fair. I definitely, as I'm sure people have noticed, I definitely tend to find myself drawn to problematic characters. Yeah, I like fucked up stuff. It's hard to be a fan of problematic media when everyone thinks it makes you a bad person for whatever reason. Yeah. I mean, I kind of lost my whole goddamn career because of it. I don't know. I don't care. I really like messed up media. That's just part of who I am. Is TCOAAL a visual novel? Yes, The Coffin of Andy and Lele is primarily a visual novel. Has some RPG elements, has like a couple little has like some little puzzles, but it's a visual novel. Could this stream low-key be considered clickbait? You didn't get banned? The title of the stream isn't I'm going to get banned. The title of the stream is I don't know if I can stream this. I wasn't sure if I could stream this. I don't know, I feel like doing something else, but all the games I have on my list to play are kinda full-length stream things. Glad you guys like the VTuber model. She is very fun. Yeah, I can't think of anything we can do that would be quick. Have we played any games that can go on the tier list? These are all games I gotta get to. There's a lot of them. Most of these are revisitations, but Night of the Scissors, I really didn't like. I thought it was way too simple. Put it there. And Christmas Massacre, I also didn't really like. I thought it was just a really shitty murder simulator, which normally I'd be fine with just murdering and shit, but it's not the worst thing I've ever played, but I didn't like it all that much. Cruelty we played. I think that's a D tier game. Probably the lowest of D tier though, because it wasn't very fun mechanically and it didn't really pull off too many good scares. but it was graphically really good, and I liked how messy and bloody it was. Big Head we played. I made a little short out of this one. It's probably an E tier, realistically. Nothing really happens in this game. I'm sure it's a metaphor for something, but, like, that doesn't distract me from how stupid it is. Yeah, I'll put it right here. And then save the shapes. You save the shapes in F tier. Save the shapes might be an F tier. Like, it's hilarious to me. It's a really funny game. But, is it better or worse than Scorn? Oh, it's better than Scorn. It's not that low. But it might be an F. This is a really stupid, shitty, childish game. But I don't hate it more than anything else in F tier, so it's at the very least top of F tier. And the rest of these, well, we just played your boyfriend. I can rank the demo. I'll rank the demo of your boyfriend until the full game comes out, then we'll re-rank it. Top of D tier. Like right now I think it's just mid. But I have a feeling it'll get a lot better. And these are all games I need to play or revisit. So it's going to be a long time before the next dedicated tier list stream. We'll stream My Side very soon. We'll stream Homesickness very soon. I'll probably play Outlast 2 and Too Dark in my free time. And then, yeah, all these up here are revisits. Will you play No I'm Not a Human on stream? Yes, I will. Just not necessarily soon, because I don't even have it right now. Whereas I have games like My Side ready to go. But I will stream it. Alright, I'm just going to wrap things up here. Yeah, that was the tier list. We'll do another dedicated tier list stream after I do more revisits and first playthroughs. There's a lot more games I want to get through before we do a dedicated tier list stream, but... yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Let me know what you think of your boyfriend in the comments. And, also check out my community page. I put up a question there this morning for you guys to answer. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.